get a quarter.
Followed by number. Welcome to the State of South Dakota's audio conferencing bridge. Please say your name after the tone.
School of Mines.
Joining the meeting.
Do we have anybody on?
Randy Schaefer.
Randy.
Hi. What we got?
We're missing 2 others.
Who's that, Dean?
3 others, yeah.
How you doing?
Good.
That thing starts.
Hey, now, wait a minute. Be careful what you say. There's about 200 people.
Just giving you a heads up on what time you're supposed to be back.
What time is that?
5:30.
Okay. Well, we do have a quorum, so I am going to call the meeting to order. I want to thank everybody that's here, attendants, community, faculty, students. This crowd just gives you an idea of the support that this university has, and we appreciate those of you who participated in the interviews and those who have shown up today to show your support. So thank you all for being here. At this time, I'd like to introduce the committee.
Randy
is joining the meeting.
Randy Morris was one of the people on the committee. So he is here. He is one of the regents. Terry Balloon chaired, Regent Balloon. Dr. Kathy Johnson was on the search committee.
Joining the meeting.
Who was that last one? Okay, Bob, thanks for joining us. And then I was on the search committee as well. I would like to give you an idea because you know how big the search committee is and what they have gone through. The candidates, what they have gone through is really a pretty tough road. And so I want to introduce the representatives of all the constituents for the School of Mines. First of all, we had Pat Mahone representing the administration. I asked him to stand up because I want you to know who you need to talk to. Right.
Joining the meeting.
Molly Gribb, faculty representative.
Hi there.
Hi. We're going through the introductions, Carol. Thanks for joining us. Stan Howard, faculty representative. Katie Johnson, student representative. Spencer Ferguson, student representative. Cindy Christensen, career service. Ron Jates, Alumni Association. Tammy Nelson, Foundation. And we had Ben Snow, member at large. We had 3 others that were on the committee that couldn't make it. Joe Wright was exempt administrators. Dr. Charlie Hart, Charles Hart, community representative, and Dr. David Chequin, who was representative for the faculty. You know, this has been a process that's taken quite a lot of time, and we do really want to thank you for the time that each of you spent. Your confidentiality was really good for a change. Usually we have some weeks of some sort, and this really went smoothly, and I want to thank everybody for that. I do really especially want to thank Dr. Dwayne Ernser and Arroyo for the job they have done here. He was appointed. He was appointed president in September, but we know prior to that he did an awful lot of work, wore a lot of hats, and we do appreciate everything he's done. And we look forward to him continuing on as provost and Vice President of the Academic Senate. He will be president until the new leadership takes over as well. So again, thank you very much. I also would like to thank Mary Turman, who came out of retirement to help us. And if you saw the schedule, you'd know why we need her. She has done this an awful lot, very good at it. And Molly Weisgram is the new Mary Turman for the Board of Regents. Okay, now that everybody's here, let's take a roll call.
Balloon.
Here.
Jewett, absent. Johnson.
Here.
Krogman.
Here.
Morris.
Here.
Pagonis.
Here.
Schaefer.
Here.
Sutton.
Here.
Weber.
Here. Okay, the first order of business is, on April 18th, we had to go into, the Board of Regents had to go into executive session, and we did that at 8 o'clock on Thursday morning, stayed in executive session until the 19th of April. So, Regent Bloom, do you have a motion for us?
I do, Mr. President. I would like to move that while in executive session, the board consider personnel matters and gave direction to its executive director concerning these matters. I move that the board approve directions given to the executive director with respect to matters discussed in executive session, that it defer until the completion of further remarks at this meeting approval of the appointment of a successor to Dr. Robert Morton as president of the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology, and adopt the report of the executive session.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Now, the votes we're going to take, because there's only 4 of us in person, we're going to do roll call on the votes that we take. So, Molly, would you do that?
Balloon.
Aye.
Jewett, absent. Johnson.
Aye.
Krogman.
Aye.
Morris.
Aye.
Pagonis.
Yes.
Schaefer.
Aye.
Sutton.
Aye.
Weber.
Aye.
I just want you folks to know that it's terrible static on the line, and I'm kind of guessing when you call my name. So,
You've done well. You've done well so far.
somebody else.
We'll let you know, Carol. Thanks.
Thanks.
All right. At this time, I'd like to turn the podium over to Regent Balloon.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to begin by thanking the campus community for its participation in this process. You assisted the board in the beginning by nominating colleagues to serve on the search committee, by soliciting and not making nominations of outstanding candidates, by patiently, I use the word patiently, responding to the process, and by participating in the 2-day campus interviews. I also had to put up with my stupid jokes. That wasn't in my script. I hope you agree that the search has been conducted in a professional manner and that it resulted in the selection of a quality leader for the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. I want to add my thanks and the Regents' thanks to all of those who have participated in the search committee. You were a wonderful group of colleagues in this process. The results of this search are directly attributed to your dedication and commitment. One of the great things about this selection process is that it allows the campuses and the Board of Regents to become better acquainted and to work together on issues concerning all of us. Given the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead, such cooperation can only be to our benefit. This effort has also served to remind the board of the extremely valuable role that the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology plays in the development of the region's economy and its people. So as South Dakota stands at the beginning of the century, proud of its past and confident in its future, the role of its universities is more vital than ever. This new century will demand tools, talent, drive, and vision, without which we as a state could never have come this far and without which we will go no further. Our search for excellence also demands leadership that is responsive and innovative, aware not only of the present, but also of the potential. Mr. President, I am pleased to present the Board of Regents a report from the Presidential Search Committee. We had an outstanding field of candidates. The committee narrowed the field to an excellent pool of finalists that visited the campus last week. It is from this group of talented and experienced leaders that I am pleased to recommend the appointment of Dr. Heather Wilson as President of South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. Dr. Wilson. I'm sure this community would like to know a little bit more about Dr. Wilson, so I'll tell you just a little bit. She'll get to tell you a lot more over time. Dr. Wilson is a former member of Congress and president of Heather Wilson and Company, LLC. As an entrepreneur and small business owner, she has worked with large defense and scientific companies, including top-tier national laboratories like Sandia, Los Alamos, Oak Ridge, Nevada Test Site, Patel Memorial Institute, and others. She served New Mexico in the U.S. Congress from 1998 to 2009. Before being elected to the Congress, she was the Cabinet Secretary of New Mexico Children, Youth, and Family Department, where she was the Chief Executive of a state agency with a $216 million budget and 2,000 employees. Dr. Wilson earned her Bachelor of Science degree from the U.S. Air Force Academy in the 3rd class to include women. She completed her master's and doctorate degrees as a Rhodes Scholar at Oxford University in England. Mr. President, I would like to introduce Dr. Heather Wilson and her children, Caitlin and Joshua. I'd ask if you please stand to be recognized. Jay, husband and father, was with us last week, is a practicing attorney and is busy and had conflicts for this time, but he was here all last week with us. Mr. President, I move that Dr. Heather Wilson be appointed President of the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology effective June 17, 2013.
We have a second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor will please say aye, and please take the roll.
Balloon.
Aye.
Jewett absent. Johnson. Aye. Krogman.
Aye.
Morris.
Aye.
Pagonis.
Aye.
Schaefer.
Aye.
Sutton.
Aye.
Weber. Aye.
Unanimous. Congratulations. And would you like to come up and make some remarks?
Well, I wanted to thank all of you. I wanted to start out by thanking my family. My husband Jay was here over the weekend, but had some legal things he had to do today. And I'm very blessed to have two very talented and wonderful children. Joshua and Caitlin have seen the world in a lot of different ways, and I'm very proud of them. So thank you for being here. They're also learning how to really say South Dakota. Yeah. I wanted to thank Dr. Dwayne Rinser for leading this school in a tough time. And no school wants to. I look forward to working with him, getting to know him, and getting to know all of you in the process of leading this wonderful school. To the Regents, thank you for all of the time that you put in on this process and everything else. And being a Regent is an honor. It's also a heck of a lot of hard work. It takes time, and we thank you for your service to the community. All of you've run a wonderful, wonderful process, a professional process. And I wanted to thank the search committee as well. In different ways, through a very long process, we got to see a little bit your eyes of why you're so proud of this school. And it was a wonderful experience. I have to tell you, when I said, what's it like to live in Rapid City, they wouldn't shut up. They loved it. So it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. To the alumni who participated in the search process and who I had a chance to meet some of them over the weekend. Of course, it was alumni weekend. And I have to say that having interviews over alumni weekend when Dr. Feisley's concert was going on was probably an unfair recruiting practice. It's probably an NCAA violation or something. But everyone was warm and welcoming and friendly and nice. In fact, so nice, I wasn't sure, like, if this was New York, you could tell whether this interview was going well or not. But it was so nice, I wasn't sure if it was going okay or not, and it seemed to kind of come out okay. And to the community and the members of the community who participated wonderfully in a very open process. The mission of this school is not just to educate scientists and engineers. It is to prepare scientists and engineers for leadership. Positions of leadership in their profession, in the community, in the state, in the region, and the nation. And that starts here at this school. Mines is not just in this community, we are of this community, and we will serve this community. And I look forward to being part of that. The faculty took a little bit of a risk. When I looked at the list of the finalists, I have to say that Sesame Street song, which of these things is not like the other, kind of came to mind. And I wanted to promise you that I admire and respect everything you do and take tremendous interest in what you do. And you'll find I'll ask a lot of questions. That's not to tell you what to do, but to learn about what you do. And to learn about not only your research, but those magical teachable moments that happen between a teacher, professor, and a student. And we'll learn about those things in order to see if we can identify new ventures and new opportunities for research and new ways to attract the next generation of young scientists and engineers to experience this great school. You had 2 great student representatives on your search committee, and I met a bunch of other great students. I know it's finals next week. I'm sure that hasn't occurred to either of you. Forgot that, didn't you? You know, there's not much fluff in any of your classes here. And that's not going to change. We expect excellence from you because we know that you're able to achieve it. That's what this school is about. And by reaching for it, by asking students to try to reach for excellence, they're going to find out more things about themselves, about what matters to them, and why. They are going to lay the foundation for a good life and a strong, solid, Molly, probably great concrete foundation. So I look forward to working with all of you to expand the research done by this school, increase the size of the student body, and to lead in the expansion that Bob Wharton inspired and tragically was unable to fulfill. We'll increase research, we'll build the facilities for that research, we will expand the student body, and we will prepare the next generation of young scientists and engineers the state, region, and the nation need. Now, higher ed is facing a lot of serious challenges, and the School of Mines is showing how great schools can meet those challenges. Mines provides a world-class education that prepares graduates for leadership in science and engineering at a price that families can afford. It is a great school, and I am very proud to be the newest Hard Rocker.
Okay, at this time I would invite the community and the audience. There's refreshments over there. You're welcome to partake of that. And right now, or right after this, Dr. Wilson, and Jack, and Dr. Warner, or any region would be available for any interviews that you might want to have. And at this time, I'd look for a motion to adjourn. Second. You have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. This will be roll call.
Balloon.
Aye.
Jewett absent. Johnson.
Aye.
Krogman.
Aye.
Morris. Pagonis.
Gomez, Carol.
Schaefer.
Aye.
Sutton.
We just barely. We will have to have a discussion about this meeting. We are adjourned. Thank you all for being here.
President Grossman?
Yes.
I couldn't hear me, but I said aye.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. You notice we never have to have discussion on that motion to adjourn. Thank you all.
back.